Man's first enemy is anger. Let's look at a story about what a man lost because of that anger, and what he gained because of that anger. This story begins in a big country. The people living in that country were living happily. The king living in that country was ruling in a very good manner. But he was very angry. One day the king disguised himself and met the people in person to find out what the people of the country thought of us. An old man was sitting under the tree. The king went to him and said, "Sir, I am coming from a neighboring town. I want to ask a favor from the king of this country." "What is the king like?" he asked. The elder said, "King was very kind but very angry." So he said to be calm while talking to him. Then the king got up from there and asked a woman nearby, "Sister, I have come to this country to do business from a neighboring country. I want to ask the king for some help." "What is the king like?" she replied. "Sir, the king is very good, but very angry. Talk to him, speak calmly." The king was very sad when he heard this. The people living in our country say bad things about us. The king met a Buddha thinking that we should give up anger. The king said to that Buddha, "Buddha, I live so angry, so people around me do not like me. I am suffering a lot because of my anger. How can I reduce my anger?" he asked. The Buddha replied. He gave the king several nails that he had in his hand. "Whenever the anger comes to you, strike this nails on a tree in your palace. After finishing this nail, come and see me." The king took it and went to the palace. Then whenever the king got angry, then he took a nail and started hammering it into a big tree in the palace. A few months passed. The nails given by the Buddha ran out. So the king went to see the Buddha. The king went there and said to the Buddha, "The nails that you have given have run out." He asked, "What should I do now?" "If you ask the Buddha king, will you take me to the place where the tree you nailed is located?" The king took the Buddha to where the tree was. Buddha was very sad to see the tree. Then the Buddha said to the king, "Whenever you are not angry, pull out the nails from this tree one by one." Then the Buddha went to his place. The king also, whenever he is patient and not angry, he pulled out each nail from the tree. A few weeks passed. The king pulled out all the nails from the tree. Then he took it and met the Buddha. Buddha said to the king, "Now take me to where the tree is." The king also took the Buddha to where the tree was. Both reached the place. Buddha said to the king, "Look at that tree now. This tree is the most beautiful tree in this palace. How beautiful this tree was before you nailed it. But now you see how much this tree is suffering. Similarly, you will become angry and do some actions. Then you will realize that mistake, and you will hear the sorry for it. But the scar caused by that anger is irreparable." Buddha said to the king. Only now did the king understand. The king was very upset, and then the king asked the Buddha, "What should I do now? Please help me." Buddha said, "Plant the small saplings of this tree around this palace." The king also planted many saplings, as the Buddha said. We should understand an important life lesson from this story. Every action you do out of anger will make you and others suffer. Even if you realize the mistake and apologize later, the scar will not heal. Anger is the greatest weapon that can kill you. Avoid it.